Hello guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Rimuru's Journey for His Beloved, Arifureta, From Commonplace to World's Strongest, by Sakura Arashi. Chapter 2, The Kingdom of Highi and Status Plates. Though the students has decided to commit in participating in a war, they were still inexperienced. They still needed both combat and magic training. Also, while there, they also found out where they were. It turns out they were in a kingdom called Highi. The kingdom of Highi has a very good relationship with the church and is rumored that the founder of the kingdom was a descendant of Highi. But their exact position was located on the summit of a mountain named God's Mountain. At the foot of the mountain was where the kingdom of Highi was located. Ishtar then led the students in front of the gate of the church, and as the majestic church gate opened, a sea of clouds was there to greet them. It was obvious they were in a very high place, but they did not feel the effects of the high altitude. It was due to the magic. As expected, the students were fascinated with the grand scene of the blue sky, the sparkling sun, and the sea of clouds. While the student was still frozen in amazement, Ishtar then led the group on top of a pedestal where Ishtar began to chant. The road that leads, opens for the faithful, Tendo. As soon as he said that, the magic formation started to shine. The pedestal started to move smoothly like it was on a ropeway. It moved diagonally towards the ground. Apparently, the chant empowered the magic formation engraved into the pedestal. The pedestal was most likely a ropeway. For the students, seeing magic the first time made them excited. Hajime and Rimuru cynically laughed at the production value at display. To descend from the heavens through the sea of clouds, they were being presented as the chosen of God. They just didn't present the students in a good light, but also the members of the church. After a few minutes, they finally arrived at the royal capital of the kingdom. When they arrived at the royal palace, they were ushered into the throne room straight away. They walked through the corridors and could not help but notice the beauty of the decorations. Along the way, they saw someone dressed up like a knight. They also passed by some maids. Everyone was fully uniformed. They looked at the students with awe. The students seemed to be popular or known already. They arrived in front of a set of huge double doors that was designed beautifully. Two soldiers stood at attention on both sides of the door when Ishtar and the party came. Without waiting for a reply, they opened the door. As they walk into the throne room, the students started feeling uneasy while Ishtar just walks in like it was natural. The throne room was decorated with a red carpet that led from the entrance all the way to a luxurious throne. On the throne sat a middle-aged man that conveyed ambition and dignity. The students all stood before the throne and waited. There was a woman next to the throne, that seemed to be the queen. Next to her was a 10-year-old boy with blonde hair and blue eyes. A 15 to 16-year-old Bishojo was next to him, and there was a small 7 to 8-year-old girl that accompanied her. There were also people that looked like civil officers on the right side of the carpet. On the left were what looked like to be military officer. They then started the introduction with each other. The king's name was Arihido SB Highi, while the queen's name was Luruaria. The prince's name was Randel, and the first princess's name was Liliana, whilst the second princess's was named Maribel. It would also seem that Kaori's charm was universal because the young prince was gazing admiringly at her. A banquet was held, and after they were finished with the dinner, each person was led to their own room. The room they were led into was very luxurious, making some of the students feel uncomfortable. Even Rimuru started feeling uncomfortable. Why? You asked. It's because in Rimuru's reincarnations he always lives a normal simple life while looking for Shizu. Even though they were uncomfortable, the stress they accumulated was melted away and slowly they fell asleep. Hollow diamond, hollow diamond, hollow diamond, hollow diamond, hollow diamond, hollow diamond, hollow diamond. The next day training had begun. First, each of the students were introduced to a silver plate, 12 centimeters by 7 centimeters. The students looked at the plates curiously, while the Knight Commander Meld Loggins started to explain. Yoshi, did everyone get one? These plates are called status plates. Literally, these plates will show your stats and status. The plate also serves as an identification card. As long as you have this, you cannot get lost, so don't lose it. Meld had a very carefree way of speaking. He had an open-hearted character, making the students like him. Close double angle bracket seal. I know I don't need to tell you this, but hide my powers. Open double angle bracket. Open double angle bracket. I already know, master. No need to tell me. Close double angle bracket. Now all you need to use it is to spill a drop of your blood on it and it will automatically register you as the owner. This is the power of a divine artifact. Divine artifact? Kuki asked. They are basically artifacts that can't be recreated. Legends say that they were made by gods. The status plate was the only thing we could recreate. After the students nodded, signaling they understood, their fingers was pierced using a needle, causing them to make ugly faces. Then, as instructed, after the status plate received the blood, it started glowing and it showed the user's status. Name: Nagumo Hajime. Age: 17 years old. Gender: male. Level: 1 class. Transmutation artist, synergist. Strength: 10. Vitality: 10. Resistance: 10. Agility: 10. Magic: 10. Magic resistance: 10. Skills: transmutation, language comprehension. The setup of how it looked like was a video game, so naturally the students was exited. Here let me explain how your statuses works, and as he explained, some was confused, because unlike a video game your level will increase as your status increases. In the video games it's the opposite. Next to class is your abilities. Some are stronger than the others, of course, some are common and some are rarer. He continued, now then, let's see everyone's stats. For example, the average person has stats of around 10 at level 1. Well, you guys should have several times higher than that. So enviable. Please give reports on what your status plate says. This is so we can develop a training regimen that fits each of you. What the hell? And no matter how you look at it, I am just average. Where's the cheat codes? No, let's not panic yet. I should check the other's plate first, Hajime thought. Kuki was the first to step up to respond to Meld's request. Name: Amanikawa Kuki. Age: 17 years old. Gender: male. Level: 1 class. Hero strength: 100. Vitality: 100. Resistance: 100. Agility: 100. Magic: 100. Magic resistance: 100. Skills. Aptitude: all attribute, resist all elements, resist physical, complex magic, swordplay, Herculean strength. Quick movement, foresight, high-speed magic recovery, sign perception, magic perception, limit break, language comprehension. This stats was basically the definition of a cheat, but Hajime's spirit hasn't been broken yet. Look at that, that is the definition of a hero, only level 1 and already a triple digit, Meld said, impressed. Meld was level 62. His stats average at around 200, and this is considered top level in the world for a human. However, Kuki is already at half his stats at only level 1. At this growth rate, he will overpass him quickly. To Meld's comment, Kuki just shyly laughed and scratched his head. It would seem that most of the students had stats higher than the average human, though none better than Kuki. Meld had a great expression from seeing all those special status plates. To be able to have so many strong comrades was a joy. But then Meld's smile disappeared as he started getting confused when he saw Hajime's status plate. He started beating up the plate and tried restarting it to see if something was wrong, but when nothing happened it was obvious nothing was wrong. This is. If you think about Synergis, it was a crafting class. It's useful if you want to be a blacksmith. Meld said, trying to cheer up Nagumo. Meld described the class to Hajime with as much articulation as he could. The boys who did not like Hajime would jump at opportunity to make fun of Hajime. The class was clearly a non-combat class. All his classmates had combat classes. Hajime would not be helpful in the future battles because of this. But this still didn't discourage him. Kaori and Rimuru started to approach the students that were laughing with an angry expression. However, before she got there, someone let out a voice filled with anger. It was Aiko-sensei. Korra. What are you guys laughing at? Laughing at your fellow classmate is something I will not allow. I will absolutely not allow it. Return Nagumo-kun's plate. Aiko-sensei said in an angry tone. Aiko-sensei tried to express her anger as well as she could have with her tiny body. The plate was reluctantly returned to Hajime after that. Nagumo-kun, don't mind it at all. I'm also a non-combat class. Just like my class, my stats are average. You're not alone, Nagumo-kun. Aiko-sensei said, trying to cheer up Nagumo, She then handed over her plate to Nagumo. Name: Hadayama Aiko. Age: 25 years old. Gender: female. Level: 1 class. Farmer. Strength: 5. Vitality: 10. Resistance: 10. Agility: 5. Magic: 100. Magic resistance: 10. Skills: soil management, soil restoration, range cultivation, growth stimulation, selective breeding, plant appraisal, fertilizer production, mixture development, auto-harvest, fermentation operation, range temperature adjustment, farm barrier, abundant rain, language comprehension. To this Nagumo was surprised because though she was a non-combatant class, her magic was a lot better than his. But this still didn't discourage him. But what happened next did. Ehem, is there anyone else missing? Meld asked. Ah, you with the blue hair, let me see your status plate. Rimuru, though reluctant, he gave his status plate. When Meld saw his plate, he started sweating and was silent. He tried to tap the status plate, seeing if it was broken. And after seeing it wasn't broken, he swallowed dryly. Are the two brothers going to be useless? The class thought. But in reality it was the opposite of what the class thought. Name: Rimuru Nagumo. Age: 17 years old. Gender: male. Level: 1 class. True Dragon, Glutton King. Strength: 1000. Vitality: 1000. Resistance: 1000. Agility: 1000. Magic: 1000. Magic resistance: 1000. Skills: Monomaterialization, Merciless, Soul Break, Turn Null, Manipulation of all elements, Corner Nullification, Magic Circle Nullification, Fencing, Max Level, Predator, Separate Space, Great Sage, Absolute Barrier, Resistance to Poisons, Resistance to Magic Attacks, Resistance to Physical Attacks, Resistance to Spiritual Attacks, No Chance Needed for Spells, etc. 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 Close double angle bracket. Seal. What the hell is this? Open double angle bracket. Open double angle bracket. Your status master. Close double angle bracket. Close double angle bracket. I can see that, but why is it so high? And why did you give me 2 class? Open double angle bracket. Open double angle bracket. I don't want anyone to be stronger than master. Close double angle bracket. Close double angle bracket. There's nothing else I can do at this point. Open double angle bracket. Meld-san, what's wrong? Asked Kuki. Meld was having a cold sweat and it looked like his soul left his body. His reaction was normal because at level 1 he was 10x stronger than the hero. And at level 1 he was already far stronger than him, and if what it says is true, then it means his swordmanship is also better. Well, that's, ha ha ha, I thought I couldn't be surprised anymore, but you really are strong, Meld said to Rimuru. Strong? What do you mean, Meld-san? Asked Shizuku. His status is about 10x stronger than Kuki. WHAAT? That was the whole class's reaction. After a while the ruckus finally started settling down. Ha ha ha, I guess even in this world Rimuru-san will always be at the top, Shizuku said. Kuki was obviously jealous of Rimuru because he can never one-up Rimuru. Meld-san, how is it that he has 2 classes? Shizuku asked. He seems to be a special case since this is the first I am seeing it. Meld-san, what's the true dragon class? Asked Kuki. To be honest, I don't know, that's the first time I've heard of it. I am really impressed with you, Rimuru. Shizuku was saying. Ha ha ha, thanks, you're amazing too, you know? Plus you're beautiful too. Ha ha ha, stop it, you're emberizing me? Shizuku replied, blushing a little noticeable to only Kaori.